Hello, Facebook land. Let's see if I pop on. Well, I guess so. I see myself over there. Hello, Facebook. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Pop that there. See if Facebook behaves. I don't think it will. And we will see who pops on while we get going. I need to color my hair bad. All right, let me switch that over there. And I do not need that screen anymore. Wow, or that one. Where's Facebook? Oh, that's why. I have two browsers open. Don't need that one. Alrighty, if you have popped on, please say hello, because otherwise I don't know you're there. I mean, sometimes it tells me people pop on, but most of the time Facebook doesn't, because it's Facebook. Okay. Let's go there. I gotta send this out into Facebook land. All right, so we are gonna do the March Club Couture Transfer. That is this one here, Wild and Free. If you sign up for Club tonight, before midnight Mountain Time, you can still get this one. Otherwise, you start with the April one. So tonight's the last chance to get this transfer. And we're going to pin that. Need a drink of water, and then I'm going to send this out to a couple of places. After I copy this. And see who pops on. They took away the function where I could send it out to more than one place. Go there. I need my group here, not friends profiles. I'm surprised Kelly hasn't popped on. Hi, Carrie. Give me 1 second. I'm doing the boring part because I have to do this to send it out into Facebook land. I wanted one of these guys. Okay, that'll be enough for now. All right. Got that. Okay, so look, everything's pretty here. I got another scrapbook in to put more of my B-size transfers in there. So yay. And The other night I did start putting my transfers in my Excel spreadsheet, and I have a lot. And I've only like started with the A-size transfers, and I haven't continued on. I'm going to do some more tonight because I'm in here and I've got them handy. I have a lot of transfers. So I'm probably going to do some mystery bags with anything that I find out that I've doubled up on, which hopefully I haven't done a lot of that. So we're going to do the March Club Couture Transfer, Wild and Free. Like I said, Club Couture is Chalk Couture's monthly subscription, and it is $19.99 a month. And you get a B-size transfer and 3 paste singles. The paste singles are this size. It's not a full jar. It's paste colors that coordinate with the transfer, or that they suggest coordinates with the transfer. So you get that each month. Sorry, I gotta clean that a little. It's gonna bug me otherwise. Camera's probably moving, sorry. Alright, so where's Kelly? We're just gonna tag her. There. Alright, so we're going to do a shirt. And I don't know what color we're doing the shirt. But first things first, we're going to use our... Well, first things first, my name is Vicki. I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture. And we got to get our shirt straightened out. This shirt has not been washed. I just took the tag off of it. It's a brand new shirt. Get some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to get our inking mat, which is right here. It is sticky on one side, so the shirt stays in place while I'm putting my transfer on it and doing my inking. So I'm just going to put that in the shirt. Now the lovely thing about our Chalk Couture ink is it feels just like a regular silkscreen. I know you can't really see the shirt I'm wearing because the color is a little dark. I should have done it brighter. But it feels just like a regular silkscreen shirt that you buy at the store. It's not vinyl, so you don't have to worry about it coming up. You don't have to worry about washing instructions. You don't have to weed. Pull all the extra stuff, all the extra vinyl out. You don't have to do that, so that makes my life easier. I like vinyl, and I have a vinyl cutter. I don't like weeding. I discovered that. After doing 2 or 3 things, I'm like, well, this part's, I mean, it's kind of repetitive, but I don't like it. Once in a while it's alright, but I don't like doing a lot of it. I'd rather do Chalk Couture, and the designs are already made for me, and I can come in here and I can go, oh look, pretty, let's do something. Let's change the colors, make it look totally different. And I just realized my tray that I like to put my transfers in after I use them is in the other room. So I need to clear off that piece of cardboard so I can put my transfer on it and carry it to the other room after we're done. Because I wash my transfers in the sink. Alright, so transfer. These are, Chalk Couture makes reusable silkscreen mesh transfers. Most of the time you can get at least 8 to 12 uses out of a transfer. You can take really good care of it. You can get upwards to 20, 30, 50. It just depends on the transfer and how you've used it. Hello, Amy. All right, so I'm going to take my transfer and I'm just going to put it down for a minute, sticky side up, because I don't think I want to make sure my shirt is even. All right, So I'm going to just take this and put it where I want on the shirt. Now I am not fuzzing this transfer. If I was putting it on a hard surface like a chalkboard, I would fuzz this first because I don't want the transfer to stick to the hard surfaces. I want it to be able to be removed easy. And so that's why we would fuzz. Now, because I'm putting it on fabric that has fuzz, I don't need to fuzz it. I would just be doing, I'd be fuzzing it and then fuzzing it again when I put it on the shirt. Hello, Miss Kelly. All right, so we're just gonna put that there. And then I'm gonna push down on it and get the bubbles out. I push in the, start in the middle and then push out. Now I think this would be really pretty if I just took white and did it in all white, but I'm not sure if I want to do it in all white. I could. It's very simple and very classy, but I kind of also want to give it some color, but I don't know what color. And part of me wants to do it like subtle, and part of me wants to do it really bright. I'm a little torn. Ew. That's one of my mixed up colors. Ugly. Ugly color. All right, I have more inks over here. Do I have more ink back there? I can't remember. Nope. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not doing, I can tell you right off, we're not doing any of these colors. These are too dark. So that's Cadet. What is that? Currant Jam? Currant Jam, Candy Apple. That's not Cadet. Midnight Sky. That's Cadet. Yep. And Bark. We're not doing any of those. Those are way too dark. And I don't like them with purple. Not even sure I opened that one. Nope, I haven't opened that one. I kind of want to use Eucalyptus. But see, I haven't opened it yet. Not that it's a problem if I open it. Teal, Coral, Bumblebee, Hot Mess. I don't want to do Hot Mess on this. Totally had not thought about doing Hot Mess on this. Okay, obviously I can't put purple on purple. I mean, I could. This is called Regal, but it's going to be a little dark. I'm not using my shimmers. I'm not using black. I'm eliminating colors is what I'm doing. I think Fig is going to be too hard to see. I'm torn. I'm really torn. There's only one yellow. That's Bumblebee. Obviously, y'all want Bumblebee, so I guess we're using Bumblebee. I'm torn. I kind of want to use both colors. All right. I am... See, that's another green. That's Pesto. This is open, right? Yes. It's not a problem to open paste. I just... Oh, good. That one's already open. That eliminates that. All right, we're going to use those two colors to start with. I'm going to start with the words first. We'll start with the words first. Then we'll move on to the flowers, because flowers, yeah, flowers are flowers. All right. Let me get a towel before I make a mess. Thank you for joining if you are watching. I'm kind of scattered. I'm sorry about that. And I need... These are not the ones that are open. I need a... There they are. I need a baby wipe, but I need the ones that are open. That's so in case I get ink on my hands, I can wipe it off, because I don't want to put ink anywhere else. Alright, so we're going to do the words first. And we are going to do... I still kind of think maybe I need this one. Alright. Hold that thought a second. Because obviously I'm having a problem in my head with color combinations. I need some stir sticks. There they are. Ha ha ha. I'm having to see if this works together. That's because I'm not sure. Like, one of my go-to colors on shirts is the coral. Not coral, teal. So that's kind of why I'm leaning away from not using it, is because I always use it. Because it's just such a bright, vibrant color. Yeah, the ocean mist is just... It's okay, but it's not going... See, the ocean mist is not going to show up like I want it. So, we're going to use teal and tide. And by the way, all three colors mixed together make a really pretty blue. And I'm making a mess. All right, move those out of the way. We're going to put the lid back on this one. Now, when you're using ink, you have more time. You have a little bit more time. Hello, Jennifer. So, if I was doing paste, I would have to worry about it drying in the screen. Not so much with this, which is going to be good because, yeah. Obviously, I can't figure out what I'm doing right now. Are we doing that or that? There's so many different ways you can do this. You can do this ombre, you can do a hot mess. I was thinking about doing the words with like a line in the middle, which I think is what I'm going to do, which is going to kind of be ombre'd anyway. I'm just trying to decide if I want it to be the peacock or the coral. And what's going to show up better. Decisions. I think we are going... Why are you whining? We're going to use this coral in the middle. It's not coral, it's teal. Coral is pink. And I'm going to put a little extra on. There you go. You can actually suggest that, Kelly. Now I'm putting a little extra ink on here because I am going to blend this with my finger shortly. All right. I'm going to have squeegees with ink on them everywhere. Like I said, with ink, I try to be really careful about where I put my fingers and what I touch because I don't want to leave a fingerprint on the where it's not supposed to be. Now on this shirt, if I make a oopsie, I could cover it with another flower because this is full of flowers. And my paste, or my ink, is a little thick. Normally you don't need to add water to the ink. I think I probably need to add some water to this. It's a little thick. I probably would have been better off using the multi-tool for this. Why are you whining over there? The dog's making weird noise. All right. So I'm just going to take my finger and blend these. This is called ombre. Oh, it does feel a little thick. Now, granted, my inks they've been around a while. I can't remember when I bought this one. I've been with Chalk Couture since February of 19, so I know I had these at least in the summer of 19, but I don't remember when I bought them. But regardless, they're probably 2 years old, or at least this color probably is. Now I'm going back over some of these areas because I don't think I had a lot of ink on it where it was. And I'm just trying to make sure everything's covered. Like this curly Q tail down here is not covered at all. So we need to make sure where that's covered. I'm going to go back over here and grab some of this other color. And then I'm going to make sure I don't have ink on my finger before I put it anywhere else. That's when I got the wet wipes out. And the dogs go crazy. Alright. That's it for that. And I'm just going to let that sit on there. It's not going to dry like crazy bad. Girls! And then we're just going to see, now that color is really ugly with that. We're not using that color. So that means I need to use this color for our little stems and leaves. But I also had another idea, but it's okay. So I'm just going to use my multi-tool to do most of these and kind of knock them out. I think this one's too thick too. It's all right. They just fit, like, they feel different. Of course, it's just me. It could just be me. So while you're watching, if you have any questions about Chalk Couture, you can definitely put a comment on the feed here, and I'll be happy to answer your question, or you can just message me. I'm the Vicky that is pinned at the bottom, and the transfer that we're doing is the March Club Couture. If you click that pinned comment, it actually takes you to our Club Couture and details about our monthly Club Couture subscription. And this transfer is actually only available until midnight Mountain Time tonight. And then we switch over to our new April transfer, which is absolutely adorable. But if you want this one, you have to get it quick. You have to sign up for Club Couture quick because it is gone tonight. And they may bring it back as a special at some point for a retired transfer purchase, but there's no guarantee on that at all. And most of the time they don't. A lot of times when I do leaves, I'll add in some other colors into the leaves. I may do that. I may not do that on this, because leaves are not usually just one color. So we'll see. I may not. Okay, that's all the leaves covered. That one needs some more ink on it. And I'm not really scraping off most of that because I'm going to just wash it off because I have so many different colors on here. And I want it to stay wetter while I'm working on this. And see, that's why I check my fingers. See, look, I got ink. That's why I check my fingers while I'm working with ink, so I don't put it anywhere else. All right, so y'all say some yellow, and I know my yellow. I need to order a new yellow ink is what I need to do. That actually looks like it might be pretty good. We're going to give it a spritz. Most of the time you don't need to add water to the inks, but like I say, my inks are about 2 years old, or most of them are about 2 years old, and so they're a little thick. I'm also down at the bottom of the jar on most of them. In fact, this one I got March 5th, 2019, because at one time I wrote the dates on them. So this one is definitely over 2 years old now. I quit writing the dates on it because I never looked at them anyway. All right. So we need some yellow flowers, and I'm probably going to put some coral flowers on here too, just because I love that coral color. I think we're going to go with these little daisy looking ones are going to be the yellows. And like I said, I'm not too worried about scraping off the extra ink. In fact, that flower right there may have some blue on it. Because I'm all in small spaces, I'm not really concerned about wiping up the extra ink and smearing my cute little design everywhere. And my ink everywhere that it doesn't need to be. I'm just trying to make sure I got all the little petals covered. And then once this is done, I'm going to probably just dry this with the hairdryer till it's tacky to the touch. I could let it sit for 24 hours, but why? I don't really like doing that. I mean, I can. It's not a big deal. but if I just dry it with the hairdryer where it's tacky to the touch, then I can use parchment paper and my Cricut Easy Press and go ahead and heat set this tonight. I already did laundry tonight, so it doesn't matter. Actually, it just needs to go in the dryer. But I could wash this immediately once I heat set it. But I already did laundry tonight, so this one will probably wait. We do have a smaller detail tool for really tight places. I am not too worried about this being like super detailed. And if it has any bleed over, it's fine. Like where the colors get mixed up. I'm not really worried about it. All right, close that one up. Then we're going to use coral, unless I have some mixed up colors that I was thinking about using up, but I'm not going to use that one up. And once again, we check our hand because we have yellow on it. All right. We're going to use our coral, which I have a bunch of coral, so it should be a good texture. Oh yeah, see, it's like smooth and creamy and dreamy like the new paste. This is what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be as thick as the other paste that I was using, or ink. Sorry, the other ink I was using. And if you ever have paste and ink open at the same time and you're like, oh crap, what's what? The labels are on the bottom and they all have their name and they all have a SKU number. The SKU numbers for inks start with an I. The SKU numbers for paste start with a P. So if you ever like have the lids off and don't know which one's which, that's how you can tell. Paste goes on hard surfaces or things like chalkboards. I mean, chalkboard's a hard surface that you want to remove the design from. Ink is permanent, goes more on fabrics, t-shirts, tea towels, pillow covers, curtains, tote bags. Somebody did like Ked's canvas shoes. Somebody did those. Those are really cute. There's all sorts of things you can do with that. And then they just heat set that with one of those small little irons. It was very, very cute. Trying to get that right there. I could also take this same transfer, and instead of putting the flowers on here, I could put them on any other design, or I could put the wild and free without the flowers everywhere. You don't have to always use it the same. Like I said, you can do it all one color, you can do it multiple colors. Like Kelly suggested, you could do a hot mess. That's where you just dab colors all over it and then kind of mix them as you like take them off the transfer. I feel like that needed some more. It's all on how you envision it. Or if you're making it for somebody, how they want it done. All right, last flower. There we are. Like I said, I have extra ink on here that I'm not too concerned about taking off. I'm actually going to take off the extra coral here just because I'm in it, and those are pretty big areas. I don't have to worry about scraping up for the most part and getting another color on my multi-tool and putting it into my jar of ink and contaminating my ink color here. But I'm also not getting right up next to the edge where it goes into the next color. All right. All right, so who's ready to see what this looks like? Show me some hearts. And we will pull this off of here after I clean this up. Let's see some hearts. I'll give it a heart. I'll go over here and I'll heart it. Y'all heart it. I'm going to wipe that off. Okay, that one's clean. That's how easy they are to clean. Make sure I don't have any on my hand. All right. We are ready to pull this guy off. And yes, my heater's kicking on. It got cold. I had to turn the freaking heater back on. Alright, so there is my transfer. I normally put it in my tray. I don't have my tray in here, so I'm just going to put it on this piece of cardboard with the sticky side up. And I will take that and clean that after we're done on the live. I somehow or another got paste on, or ink on me. And I also, when I pulled it up, I hit my jar here, so I'm going to wipe that off while I'm seeing it. All right. Now, we are going to, I'm actually going to take this off of here. Oh, well, okay, thanks. Yeah, it may be. I don't know where everybody's at. Normally I don't take the ink mat out until I've already dried it some. But I've noticed that I've been getting my ink mat too hot and I don't want to melt it. All right, so we're just going to do that. Chalk Couture has a new quick dry tool that's not noisy like this, but the cord's really short and I have to get an extension cord to use it in here. So we're going to use our loud hair dryer to just dry this where it's tacky to the touch. Which may take a second. Everybody. Like Tori's usually here, and Samantha, and somebody else. Crap, I can't remember. Well, Carrie was on a minute ago. She's been in and out. Who else is usually on? I have lots that pop in for a few minutes and then pop back out. I kind of do the same thing myself. See what's going on, then come back later, watch the final product. Okay, that's just gonna not sit there for a minute. It's gonna blow stuff. I discovered I have ink on my palm. It's dry, but I don't want to have any issues. I don't know where that came from. This is why I check my hands all the time. And it's on my finger. See? That's why I check my hands. Okay, back to this. Like I said, you can let it dry for, oh yeah, Kristen's usually on, and Kara. I think Harv is on doing her own. I'm not sure. Yeah, those two are usually here. So you can let the ink dry for 24 hours and then heat set it, but like I said, I usually like to go ahead and just dry it where it's tacky to the touch, and then heat set it while I'm thinking about it. Some of this looks wet, but it's not really. Now when I put the parchment paper on, some of that will transfer up because it's not really dry all the way through. Just the top is dry. And that's hot. Okay, we're going to change that. You scared one of them off, Kelly. Yeah, if you hop on, make sure you say hello. We're just making a shirt with our Chalk Couture Transfer tonight. I think the words probably would look better if I'd done more of the teal and less of the top, like reversed it. Most people won't even know. I can always put the transfer back on it and change it up if I want to. It's dry to the touch, or it's tacky to the touch. It's not completely dry. I'm tired of listening to that thing though. Alright, so we're going to get our heat mat, and we're going to put it underneath our shirt. Like I said, make sure you remove your ink mat because that will melt. You don't want to melt your ink mat. Alright, that's that. I need to turn on my easy press because that's not done. Sorry, the table's moving. Let's make sure there's nothing melty around our press. And we need a piece of parchment paper. Alright, it's going to take a second for that. Well, it's going to take more than a second. It's going to take a bit for that to warm up. Not too long. So I reuse my parchment paper. You can see, well, maybe not. That one has something else on it. Another design I did. When it's tacky to the touch like this, it's not dry all the way through. So some of it will come back up on the parchment, which is fine. It just makes it look more distressed sometimes, depending on how much comes up. You may have. That may be where I got the idea for it. I don't know. And we're online, but my feed over here is circling. So I don't know if Facebook is having an issue or it's just my laptop, which is actually plugged in, like corded to the internet. So I don't know what the problem is. And that's annoying. So I got to refresh that. Hopefully y'all are there with me. Okay, I'm back now. So I think it was just the laptop having an issue. I don't know. Who knows? I can't tell how close that is to being warmed up. Okay, good. Well, Kelly's still there. Yay. Well, while that's warming up, I'm going to send this out to a couple places. Hey, Frenchie! Haven't seen you in forever, Miss Frenchie. We're going to sneak in a couple of sending this out to Facebook. Well, we're waiting on that easy press to warm up. like I said, this is the last night you can join Club Couture and get the March transfer, which is the one that we've done tonight. It's pinned in the comment, or it's pinned in the comments. So if you are interested in that, you need to pop on over there and grab that pretty quick, or sign up for it pretty quick. The new Club Couture for April starts tonight at 12:01 Mountain Time. It will change on the website. All right, so let me go grab that. It beeped at me. All right. It is 30 seconds per side at 305 degrees. Most of the time, I don't even turn the timer on. You don't have to move it around. It just gives me something to do. So that's why I move it around. Oh, shoot. Well, that's a lot to get done. Oof. Yeah. That will keep you busy. And of course, the problem is with doing that is there's so much that like is a memory for you, but no one else, honestly, gives a rat's ass about that little trinket, you know? But what are you gonna do with the trinket? It's only sentimental. Like, doing estate stuff is hard. All right, so we're gonna pull that off. Now see, because it was tacky to the touch, some of it came back up. It's fine, it looks fine. And I'm going to flip that over because that's dry now. And we're gonna do the back side. You can flip it inside out, but I'm holding this, so I'm not flipping it inside out. And I can't see what you did. Kelly, we'll talk about that later. All right. So I'm just gonna flip it over and make sure it's flat. And then very important, I gotta make sure it's flat. I don't wanna have a crease. I need to make sure everything is on the mat, because that's, since I can't see what I'm heat setting, see, I need to pull that up. I just know that where the mat is, the design is there as well. I'm gonna double check that. Yep, okay. And then, like I said, I don't pay attention to the timer. It's roughly 30 seconds per side at 305 degrees. It is much easier to move around when you actually have that parchment paper there. You don't have to move it around. It just gives me something to do. Yeah, yeah, I know. When I finally have to do my parents, because it won't be my brothers, it'll be me that has to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do with everything, because it is like, it's a memory for me. No one else. All right, so that is our shirt there. Hey, there's Florence. That's someone else who's usually on. So we did our Club Couture transfer tonight. The March one, now that March is over. Finally got around to doing it. Let me get this out of the way because that is hot. Put that right there. And there is our cute little shirt, and I can't see it, but y'all can. So there we are. Wild and free. Like, you really can't read it far away, so you have to kind of be up close and personal, but it's cute. I like it. I may go back and flip-flop the colors on the words. I haven't decided. There's actually something else that I have in mind for using the words with another transfer, which is really why I didn't do this transfer earlier in the month, because there's something else that's in my head, and I just never got around to doing it, and I figured I better do this before we're completely out of March. So there. There it is better. folded up, easier to see, wild and free. Da, da, da. Thank you. So there's that. I think that is it for tonight. Chalk Couture has a new designer kit that starts at 12:01 a.m. April 1st. That's tonight. That's in a couple hours. Actually, not even a couple. That's in an hour. And the new April Club Couture, if you sign up after midnight Mountain Time, you'd get the April one and not the March one. So if you want the March, you got to sign up quick. And what else? We have a Celebration Suite mini catalog coming out mid-April as well. And they have not told us what the promos are yet, so I'm excited to see what those are. And I'm hoping I could kind of sneak peek them. Probably not. Chalk Couture sends us a Fab First email on the 1st of every month, Fab First. And that will cover all the promos for designers and people, if they're Club Couture members, it'll cover the promos for them. And Club Couture always has some sort of promo each month. And my club members get someone that can't talk. My club members also get specials and perks for me if you are one of my club members, and in the I have my own club group, and so I post those in there. And then there may be last year in April they did a promo for people signing up. Don't know if they're going to do that this year, so we will see. Florence, I got mine. The cord's really short. I need to get an extension cord in here. Because where I have my plug and the cord that... Yeah, I need an extension cord. That's just... I have some like 6 or 9 foot extension cords. But I only need like an extra 3 foot extension cord because it's right over there. But the cord on the quick dry tool is only about 3 feet. Maybe it's short. And they made it short to avoid, I guess, hazards. But everybody's going to put an extension cord on it, so it's still going to be long. I don't know. It was probably some regulation in when they made it or something. I don't know. Anyway. All right, I am going to log off. I'm going to go clean this transfer that we used tonight in the sink and then let it dry and put it back on its backer. Not tonight, but after it's completely dry. Probably tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about anything with Chalk Couture, make sure you message me or leave a comment in the video. And we will see y'all later on. Appreciate you watching. Have a good night.